My name's Martin Chatton, and I'm the author and illustrator of Mort, the first in a series of books with Mort, the 10,000-year-old boy. Mort was a story that I had been kicking around for quite a few years, and it's the idea that someone who'd lived a very, very long time but was actually only 10 years old, although in reality he's 10,000 years old. And it was the idea of what you might do with all that time, because I know from my own kids that they sometimes get bored when they're 10 years old, and if you were around for 10,000 years, how would you fill that time? And I also had a big interest in history, and I wanted to write a book where you had some real characters from history who appeared in the book, and I think you could have a lot of fun with them, and I certainly do in Mort, and perhaps even more so in the sequel. One of the reasons that I sent Mort back to World War II was because I was raised, obviously, in Britain about 20 years after the war, after the World War II, and I was raised on a diet of these horrible, sort of very racist comic books that were just freely available at the time, and portrayed the whole of the war as this sort of comic fantasy. And it always stuck with me as something I would like to go back to and re-examine. And it's also the idea as well is that once there's a bit of distance on an event in history, that you can then have some comic fun with it. So in Mort, for example, one of the comic characters is Genghis Khan. Now, Genghis Khan clearly wasn't a funny character when you were face to face with Genghis, but given the distance of time, you can actually have a bit of fun with him. We're pushing the boundaries a little bit with World War II because it's quite a lot more recent. But I think for the readers, it's certainly my children, whenever that comes up on TV or in films, they would ask, to them it's just as long ago as Genghis Khan. So I thought, well, it's fair play. So it also gives me a bit of an excuse to draw the things that I like to draw, which are things like Vikings and dinosaurs and various demented characters. Because I started out as an illustrator and kind of mutated into being a writer, so I often write things with pictures in mind. The 1 minute version.